Planet Dolan.
From choking a boyfriend over wearing the wrong cosplay to running around in a bar naked to score free drinks, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the craziest things our exes have ever done. I'm Hellbent, and I'm a crazy ex. Also, I'm narrating today. Number 10 was submitted by xzombrex. Gamba broke up with his girlfriend because he thought she was crazy. He was proven right when one day she broke into his house and made him soup. After she made the soup, she left. When Gamba came back home, he found the soup in the kitchen. Thinking it was from his new girlfriend who was asleep on the couch, he ate some of the soup. Soon after, he developed a severe allergic reaction to the shellfish that was in it. His girlfriend woke up and called 911. Once he was at the hospital, Gamba asked his girlfriend why she put shellfish in the soup when she knew he was allergic to it. She told him that she never made it, and that was when he remembered that his crazy ex also knew about his allergy. The next day, after being released from the hospital, Gamba went to his ex's house. Her parents told him that she went missing the day before. True love knows no bounds, Gamba. No bounds. Number 9 was submitted by Bastion29C. When he was 15, Sid broke up with his girlfriend because he thought she was a psycho. A few days after the breakup, his ex kept calling, but he never picked up. Then, in school, he noticed her acting weird in class. One day, she pinned him up against the wall at school and tried to take his clothes off. Sid pushed her away and punched her right in the nose. She never bothered him again. Face punching is a decent solution to many of life's problems. Number 8 was submitted by clankdog. A few years ago, Soup and his girlfriend went to Comic-Con. On their first day, Soup went as the 10th Doctor, while his girlfriend went as Rose Tyler. The next day, though, Soup decided to cosplay as someone else. As soon as his girlfriend saw him, she ran up to him. While holding Soup in a chokehold, she screamed,
"Fuck you! We were supposed to do our cosplay together!"
He immediately broke up with her before she could break his neck, and before he could go to the hospital for his injuries. Number 7 was submitted by JoepVanMoorsel. After a breakup, Spinal Palm and his ex-girlfriend Princess Proton remained good friends. One night, they went to a bar with some other good friends. After some drinks, Princess Proton asked the bartender how she would be able to get her drinks for free. The bartender said, "Only if you run around the roundabout in front of my bar 3 times. But you have to do it naked." So, Princess Proton walked outside and took off her clothes. "That your girlfriend, mate?" the bartender asked Spinal Palm, who did the only thing he could do in that moment. Join her. When Spinal Palm and Princess Proton were done running around the roundabout naked, they got their free drinks. Not only did they get their drinks for free, but they also got back together. Aw, this is so sweet. Number 6 was submitted by TezzyPlays21. When she had her first boyfriend, Melissa heard from 3 of his friends that he was cheating on her. One day, she eavesdropped on her boyfriend talking to another girl, telling her how he was gonna leave Melissa to be with her. That was when Melissa screamed!
What the fuck?
Shocked, her boyfriend spun around. She told him that they were done and walked away. A week later, her ex-boyfriend ran up to her and begged her to get back with him. Melissa declined, and her ex started to cry. He then began to choke her while screaming, "If I can't have you, no one can!" Thankfully, her best friend was there to help get him off of her. Her ex had to spend a few days in jail for the assault. What, was he arrested by Chris Brown a couple of days for assault? Alright. Number 5 was submitted by TheBlueJacketX. 2 years ago, Derek went out to breakfast with his girlfriend and her family at a local restaurant. Things got awkward almost as soon as they got there. His girlfriend had a toddler from a previous marriage who was loud and unruly. She played off her child's behavior as being just a kid, though Derek and his girlfriend's mother disagreed. On the other side of the booth, two elderly women commented about how his girlfriend just allowed their daughter to scream and throw cups at people. When his girlfriend heard the comment, she got up from her seat, stood on the table, looked over the wooden wall, and screamed, "I'll fuck you both up right now! Talk shit about my parenting again, and I'll beat your old asses to the ground! Old ass bitches!" Derek and his girlfriend's mother, along with a couple of the waitstaff, restrained her. After 20 minutes of holding her back, Derek, his girlfriend, and her family left before things got worse. 2 months later, they broke up. Can't imagine why. Number 4 was submitted by Vixen Memes. When she was 16, Ramona had a boyfriend who would often make her uncomfortable. He would send her pictures of him with a boner. The caption would say, "Thinking about you." One day after school, Ramona and her boyfriend were walking home when suddenly he turned to her and asked, "How about we go to my place? My parents are out of town." She kindly refused and kept walking. Upset, her boyfriend grabbed her by the arm, but Ramona whipped around and slapped him across the face. While running away from him, her boyfriend yelled, "Get back here, bitch!" She heard footsteps behind her, so she ran faster. When she got to her house, she locked the door and called the police. They quickly arrived and arrested him. It turned out he had been accused of rape several times in the past. Before he was taken away, he gave Ramona a seductive wink. That was when he became Ramona's ex. Number 3 was submitted by Lord Tron 13. Sharky once had a girlfriend who had an interest in Satanism. He was fine with it, but then things started to get creepy. She would stand at the end of his bed, staring at him with a death glare. It got even creepier when she would tell him that she was hearing voices in her head. Every time he would attempt to take her to therapy, she would tell him that he didn't want her to go through with it. After 5 months of that, Sharky broke up with her. One night, he was watching YouTube videos when he heard his name being called. He went downstairs to investigate, and when he turned on the light to the backyard, he found his ex. She was completely nude, holding a strange knife. He quickly ran back up the stairs and called the police. By the time they arrived, his ex was gone. A note was left on the glass door, which read, "You made him angry, and he wants your blood." Luckily, the next day was the day Sharky moved out. He never saw or heard from his ex again. As a representative of hell, it's my duty to state that she is one crazy bitch and Satan had nothing to do with this. Number 2 was submitted by dangersnoopiebent. After Wolfgang broke up with his girlfriend, she decided to get even with him by paying his brother to have sex with her. Wolfgang's mother caught them, and he figured out why his ex-girlfriend had sex with his brother 2 years later after they got back together. His mother told him about what she saw that day, so Wolfgang broke up with his girlfriend yet again. Shortly after the second breakup, he began to date her sister. It enraged his ex-girlfriend so much that she tried to pay his brother to have sex with her once again, but he declined. Needless to say, Wolfgang never saw his ex-girlfriend again. I get it, you're trying to confuse me to the point that I can't see that the story's made up. That's a bold move. Number 1 was submitted by Ugly Chicken. A year ago, Mimi's friend hooked her up with a guy. They always hung out and texted each other whenever they could. But a couple of months later, he broke up with Mimi because his friend was getting bullied by his other friend, which caused too much stress for him. She was confused by his reasoning, not knowing what that had to do with her, but she let it go. 2 weeks later, Mimi was at a roller skating rink with her friends. Just then, she saw her ex skate up to her. He said, "Long time no see," then skated off. He did the same thing later that night, but that time he introduced her to his new girlfriend. After introducing her, he told her that he had been cheating on her with Mimi the entire time. His new girlfriend immediately broke up with him and skated away. For the rest of the night, Mimi's ex stayed near her, licking her hand to get her to skate with him. She never saw him again. Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the craziest way an ex tried to get back at you? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.